So what is up, guys? It's Cole, and today I'm making another video. I know some of you guys wanted more videos and stuff back when I asked about this, but now that I've gotten back into a consistent uploading setup with some more Pocket Edition videos, I want to do my own review of the Google Nexus 6. And there's just going to be a couple things that I want to say that I like about it, and what I don't like about it after having it a week. And so, without further ado, let's just get started. Nexus 6. So before I get this going, I just wanted to make sure you guys know that there's just because I may have one or two minor issues with the phone doesn't mean that it's a terrible phone or it's a piece of crap or any of that. This is a fantastic phone, and it's great in really all aspects I've seen. Battery life, performance, everything. But there's just a few little kinks, quirks, stuff like that in the way. So what this here is this is the Nexus 6. It's overall unmodified. I did have to unlock the bootloader because I changed a kernel to a non-encrypted version of the Android software because encryption did put a massive dent in this. And I'll go into that more, as I go through, but I want to kind of go through different categories of this device. I believe I can fly. So the first category is going to be the hardware. So basically what we're looking at here is a 5.6 something like that inch display, slightly larger than the iPhone 6 Plus. I have actually tested it at school, and this thing absorbed my friend's 6 Plus. We put it right in the middle, and it fit. And so this is obviously massive. It's a phablet. Here we've got a 13 megapixel camera. This is a great camera. Colors are nice. Everything about it is nice. It does its job. It can capture 4K video. Audio quality is fantastic because of this HD mic here at the bottom. Overall, it's just a really good device here. Really solid feel in the hand, not too heavy. The power button and volume buttons have been consolidated to the same side as opposed to, say, the Nexus 5, where volume was right there and power was right here. And, it just feels like a good device. It's pretty solid. The screen is amazing. It's actually 1440p. It's huge as opposed to the Nexus 5, which was rather small, which it feels rather small having found it and pulled it out. It's just very different from what, it feels very different from how it used to. And it's actually, you get pretty comfortable with it. I guess it really kind of takes a larger hand to get the feel of it. I can't wrap my fingers around it, and sometimes I have to scoot it and kind of hold it in this nook of my hand right here when I'm scrolling through something or whatever. I believe I can fly. The screen itself is great. It looks nice. The colors are really defined on here. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus. There we go. The colors are really deep, definitely. The saturation is, much different from what it previously was on other devices like the Nexus 5. And even my iPod Touch, looking at my iPod Touch after using this just for a day is atrocious. Like, its colors are so washed out on my iPod. You get used to a beautiful saturation and look like this. It's really just really good. I believe I can fly. Now I'm going to hop into performance. The phone runs great, but there's a catch. The RAM, it's got plenty. I never generally use, much over 1 gig, so I've always got a solid amount of RAM available. As you can see right now, I have 1.9 gigabytes of available RAM. So it's definitely a solid device. Nothing's going to take up too much speed or whatever on it. It's definitely great, but the big issue with its performance is the encryption. And so basically what encryption is it's the locking up of your files. Everything as you write a file. For instance, I'll just hold up my Nexus 5. Here's an example. As you write a file onto the phone, first the phone has to lock up, encrypt, wrap up the file, and then put it away. And then when you access it, the phone has to, unlock it, decrypt it, and give it back. And some phones and products, for instance, the Nexus 9 tablet, which was released alongside this phone, can do that because the Snapdragon 810 has, hardware for it and can do that real quick. Unfortunately, that's also a 64-bit processor, and it just is generally faster. The Nexus 6 is a 32-bit processor, the Snapdragon 805, and it either doesn't have the right hardware for it, so the software ends up having to do all of the encoding, which just, makes it run really slow, or, it just doesn't incorporate it correctly. Either way, encryption just doesn't work out very well on this phone, and it's really hard to notice on a daily basis, opening apps, scrolling, Twitter, stuff like that. But you really start noticing when you're in a game, for instance Minecraft, or even recording, it was just awful. It was absolutely atrocious. When I started recording on this thing, it just went to crap, and it was extremely slow. So basically, if you are going to get this device, just know that it comes encrypted by default, and you would have to unlock your bootloader and install a custom ROM, which would also wipe the phone. So, just know that. Things like gaming, they really run fine. As you've seen, Minecraft runs fine. I don't have a lot of games on here. But for instance, I will use this as an example. This game is called Into the Dead. If you haven't heard of it, it's like a 1,000 coins. It's a Walking Dead based game about running from zombies, stuff like that, as you can see. And it runs fantastic in full 60 frames per second. I've never had frame stutters. And overall, the performance of the device is it is fantastic. I mean, you can really tell that processor is running at full capacity when it's not, encrypting all of your data. Basically, games run fantastic. It's a very, solid device, and it's really efficient with all of that. Just that encryption gets in the way. Another topic here is battery life. I have actually not experienced very many battery issues on certain conditions. The way my school works, we have A days and B days. So every other day we go to different classes. And I've noticed more that on B days, I have a lot of classes that I generally use my phone in, and I'm allowed to use my phone. And I make it through a whole school day, and I get home with about, 30 to 20% battery power. Sometimes it gets a little bit lower. I've never had my phone actually die on me, except on one occasion when I was doing a bunch of heavy stuff on it. But the battery life is pretty good on this. On my A days, I often come home from school with still 50% battery, and I use my phone less because my teachers don't allow it. So the battery life can definitely vary, but it is pretty solid, and it's definitely better than the Nexus 5, because I often had to plug my Nexus 5 in and charge it at lunch to a portable charger or something. So there is an improvement there. Another topic I want to focus on here is the sound quality, the speakers. Now, if you didn't own a Nexus 5 previously, let me just pull this out of its case real quick. Oh. Now it's boot looping again. Yeah, see, this is as far as it goes. It'll start giving me a lollipop and then boop. But if you look at the bottom of this device, and I'll actually aim my light a bit closer so you can see, here were the speakers for the Nexus 5. This one actually wasn't even a speaker. It was just a microphone that looked like a speaker. So this is all you have sound-wise from a device. And it's very similar with a lot of devices where they just put the sound on the back, for instance, with LG or the Galaxy phones, or just the bottom of the phone. But the Nexus 6 took on more of an HTC or Motorola, as it was made by, feel to it, where it basically was a larger version of the Moto X in that it had two front-facing speakers, and the sound quality on these things is just amazing. And I really would like to test the sound with my Nexus 5, but I actually can't. So here, I'll just pop a quick video on here, and we'll see how it sounds. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm. Spaghetti to drop bombs, but he keeps on spaghetti. What he wrote down, the whole crowd goes spaghetti. He opens his mouth, but spaghetti won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now. Spaghetti's run out. Time's up, over, loud. Snap back to spaghetti. Oh, there goes spaghetti. Oh, there goes spaghetti. So yeah, as you can hear, the sound quality was amazing. It's 10 times as great as it was on the Nexus 5 without that little speaker on the bottom. It's beautiful, and I love it. Another awesome thing about this device is the fact that it's actually water resistant. Now, I don't test it, I don't take it in the pool with me, but I have seen some videos, and it's on Motorola's website. The device is indeed water resistant. So I mean, if you want to use it in the rain, some drops get on it, whatever. It's coated in that nano coating, whatever. So it'll be fun. And I have used this on one occasion in the rain, and it was completely fine afterwards. So that is pretty awesome. Another thing I love about it is this thing called turbocharging, which, as you can see at the bottom, this has the normal, micro USB charger that most Android devices have, but there is actually a really cool feature. Let me just pull this out real quick. Involved with this device's charging, and that is called turbocharging. Now, here's the block. Comes with it. It's got the Motorola symbol on it, as you can see there. And this is the turbocharger. Now, this thing is a beast of a. It's just a block. What this can do is this can charge my Nexus 6's battery percent from literally 0 to 100 in less than an hour. I can often get it up to 80% in just 15 minutes, just like the ad says. When the phone is powered off. If it's powered on and it charges, it takes just about an hour to get all the way up. But still, it's immensely quick and powerful. It's pretty nice. So that is my Nexus 6 review. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. Ask me any other questions you have about it. This thing does sell for $648 right now, off contract on the Google Play Store. I will include links to that on Google Play and Amazon. And you can also search for it on websites, like Sprint.com, AT&T.com. They've all got it. So definitely check it out if you're into the stock Google feel and the latest flagship. It is comfortable. It's a good device. A lot of people give it crap that it doesn't deserve, and I did too a little bit. But over time it's actually evened out pretty well in performance after I've just given it some time. And it's become a pretty solid device. The only issue I even have on Pocket Edition is just with trees for some bizarre reason. But it might be that screen has 439 pixels per inch, and that's just, a lot of power or whatever. We might see a performance increase or whatever soon. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.